for USA Track and Field. I want to thank our friends here at the local organizing committee, Tokyo 2025, for getting this stadium ready for some incredible competition that we're going to see over the next 9 days. For anybody who is here in 2021, it's great to be back and see all of these rooms filled with people, and seeing these stands filled with people tomorrow is going to be a pretty incredible thing. I want to thank our friends at World Athletics for consistently putting on the best track meet in the world. We'll see that unfold over these next couple of days. We've got some of the team members from Team USA here today. USA has 141 athletes competing here at the World Athletics Championships. We are the largest federation represented here, and this is just some of the global stars that you will see in our red, white, and blue kit over the next couple of days. Next to me, I have Cooper Lutkenhaus, the youngest American to ever represent the U.S. at a World Championships. He's the 5th fastest all-time in the 800 meters for the U.S. and the fastest under 18 ever. Cooper Lutkenhaus running the 800 meters. Masai Russell, the American record holder and the world leader in the 100-meter hurdles. She's the 2024 Olympic gold medalist. I skipped over Katie Moon, who's won the last 2 world championships, 2022 and 2023, and won the gold medal here in this stadium in 2021 when the Olympics were held here. Cordell Tinch is 4th all-time in the 110-meter hurdles. He's the world leader this year in the discus. What we'll do is open the floor up for questions. I'll call on you. We have volunteers with microphones who will bring them over to you. And please just state your name and the outlet that you're from and which athlete you're looking to talk to.
Larry here, Run Vlog Run. Katie, tell us about competing in Tokyo. Now you'll have a full stadium. So what do you think about that?
I'm so excited. Yeah, I don't even question taking these, but I'm so excited. I had such a good experience with no fans, so having fans there I think is going to be really incredible. More than anything, my family will get to be there, so anytime I get to compete and they're in the stands, I tend to do better, knock on wood, so I'm just excited to be back, and to see that stadium filled with people is going to be pretty special.
Put us inside your head a little bit about where you are now. A year ago, you couldn't possibly have imagined that you would be sitting here today talking to us. What's the journey been like for you? Thank you.
The journey's been awesome. To be able to sit in a seat next to some of the best athletes in the world at such a young age, it's really exciting. So, as best as I can here and represent Team USA as well as I can. There's just a lot of excitement going into this weekend.
Cordell, if someone was dropped from another planet and didn't know about the 110-meter hurdles, you've been the world leader all season. Why are the 110 hurdles so exciting?
I think it honestly is just the nature of hurdling in general. When it comes down to it, you have 10 individual races within a race. I mean, in reality, 12 because you got to start and a finish. So. Just with all of that, there's so much that you have to focus on in your own lane that it's hard to focus anywhere else. All the other events, I believe you can look at your other competitors and see how they're doing where anything can change in our event. So that's the exciting part, and I think that's what all hurdlers understand is you got to focus on your own race to go have a good one.
Masai, can you share your perspective on that?
Yeah, I think Cordell said it the best. I mean, okay. I think Cordell said it the best. I think, like he said, I think it's for each and every one of us. It's like 10 individual races, so you just have to stay focused on your own lane. And I think for me, when I just focus on myself, I'm really successful. So I don't know what that'll bring out of this weekend, but yeah, I think Cordell covered it pretty good.
Hi, Mitch Phillips from Reuters. Cooper, going back to the earlier question, is there anyone in particular in the team or in the setup who has helped you and tried to guide you and advise you? You've got some experience sitting next to you to try to give you some idea of what's going to be ahead.
Yeah, I think the whole Team USA has been just, they've shown me a lot these few days that I've been here. There's a lot of experience on this table, so to be able to learn from them, and then other athletes that are also on the team like Donovan and Bryce. I feel like that can go a long way in a few years whenever I'm a little bit older. So just being able to have such great people around me, with the athletes, coaches, and then family, I think can go a long way.
Good morning. It's for Laulauga. I hope you got to visit the spots, the food spots that you that you saved to see here. But I wanted to talk to you about the seat that you said that you want to feel safe when you get there, feel like a gladiator. How do you reach that feeling?
I guess the way that you feel that feeling is, when I talk about being safe, it's really about the mental aspect for me. So it's like, if you're not confident going in there, you're already firing at a level that's not where you want to be. You either get tighter, you start throwing faster, and it's an intricate dance. And so when I said that, it was mostly about like kind of being grounded. And this past week, I kind of felt that with all that I've been doing. And probably the best that I've felt this entire season. This season has been very consistent. Do I want the level to be higher? Yes. But I'm coming off of not making an Olympic team. And so I have that fire lit up under me, so I'm ready to see what boils out of the pot.
Doug Binder from Runner Space and Dice Cooper. Can you tell us a little about your first impressions of Tokyo and some of the experience you've had here? What are you looking forward to here in this big city?
Tokyo it's really cool. It's a lot different than the U.S., so to be able to come here and a lot of things have changed, but it's also, to be in a different country where everybody here is just really nice. Getting to meet a bunch of new people. It's just really exciting to get to be here and race the best in the world, but also just get to be in Tokyo.
Hi, Ricardo Romani with Media Academy World Athletics. Cordell, can you take us through a little bit your journey going back to Tokyo 2021 when, if I'm correct, you went back to having a regular job. So how these last 4 years for you, now looking at the people that are going to be the track, the same were here 4 years ago, can you let
I think that just the entire journey that I've been on, I don't think that I make it to where I am now if I don't ever take that break in 2019, 2020. If I didn't take that time to step away from athletics, whether it was track, football, basketball, stepping away from everything and just kind of stepping away from the sport to find myself. That was the biggest thing that I needed to do. So that whole journey of working odd jobs, working with my family, doing things that I really, looking at it now, I was like, how was I doing that? I think I needed all of that in order to have the mentality that I do now of knowing where I was and knowing where I want to be. So going home and working in paper factories, in cell phone stores, in moving companies, it was all fun, but at the same time, I think that finding myself was the biggest part of all of that, just because at the time, I don't think I was a very happy person. I was, going through a whole bunch of things. A lot of people around me were like, you shouldn't be working here, you're supposed to be doing this, you're supposed to be doing that, and it's really hard to believe what other people are saying when you don't believe it yourself. So to be able to come back to the sport and kind of see how much I missed it and find that happiness again was really, really big for me. And then, great things have been happening ever since I took that step and believed in myself. So I've enjoyed all of it.
Hello, I'm Masai from the Answer Japanese Sports Media. This question for Katie. I saw your Instagram yesterday story, and some confidence happened in the hotel.
This panel. It's frustrating. I've been on a few teams, and this was not very smooth coming in. I think putting everybody in the same hotel was maybe not fully thought through. There were just a lot of extra bumps in the road that you expect that to happen when you go to a championship. I mean, nothing ever runs perfectly smoothly, and we don't expect that, but to get to the hotel, not have a room until 9 p.m., be forced to move out of that room, to then be put back in the same room, it's things that I don't know that were maybe fully thought through. I think putting everybody in the same hotel was just maybe not the right decision, but it is what it is. I'm in a room now and settled, hopefully. So as far as I know, I won't be moving again, and now we can just focus on the competition.
Hello, I'm Santtu from Finland. My questions to Katie. 2 years in Budapest, you shared the gold medal with Nina Kennedy. What kind of memories you have about that competition? And then the other questions, because I'm Finland, I'm interested in what do you think about Vilma Murto's chances and what kind of person she is? Thank you.
I have to say, I feel like I always get a question about Wilma from the Finnish media, and I love it because Wilma is amazing. She's a fantastic competitor, but she's also a great person to be around. She's a lot of fun. I really enjoy my time not just competing against her because she is one of the best, and it brings out a level of competition in me that's required to medal if she's going to be there. But she's also just really fun to talk to. Those competitions are long, and so getting to talk to our competition and hang out with them is really great. As far as sharing the gold, it was a really incredible experience. It's one that makes that World Championship just very special and very memorable in the grand scheme of my career. I've had a lot of people ask, would you do it again? And I don't know. I could only answer that in the moment with how my body feels and mentally where I'm at that point in the competition. You know, we had been there for hours. It was very hot, so might be a similar situation. I don't know, but yeah, it was really a lot of fun and something that, you know, we'll see if that ever comes up again. But hopefully, I'm feeling I still have enough energy to maybe give a couple more safe jumps to try and go for that outright win, but I don't regret that one bit.
Hi, Nia Gibson, Full Track. My question's for you, Cooper. Obviously, just a few weeks ago, you weren't sure if you were even going to make the finals at US Trials. Since then, you made the finals, made the team, signed a pro contract with Nike. So I'd love to know what has prep looked like for you to make sure that in Tokyo, you do your best.
Yeah, the prep has been going really well. USA's was very crazy. The past few weeks have been crazy, but these past 2 weeks leading into Tokyo have been going very smooth with training, and then getting here, for me at least, went pretty smooth. So just trying to keep everything as normal as possible, I would say, is the most important goal, and we've done that pretty well ever since after USA. So just making sure I just keep doing what I need to do, and hopefully it pays off.
Hi there, Paul Marca here. This question is for Katie. Just give me a breakdown on your three teammates on the squad. You've got the veteran and Sandy Morris, and then you've got the rising stars and the Malt twins.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Honestly, it's an awesome team. I'm so excited because I really feel like we have the potential to sweep a podium. And that's not to say that our competition isn't stellar as well, but I just feel like the potential here is really incredible. I love watching the twins come up in real time and come into form. It's so fun to just watch that happen. But yeah, I mean, Sandy is a seasoned vet. She's been on, gosh, I don't know how many teams more than me. And so I fully expect her to come out. She's in great form right now. And then as far as the twins, they have, when you're young and you're excited to be on a team, some really magical things can happen. So they not only have the talent level, but I think when you're younger, it's just exciting and it's fun and there's no pressure. Hopefully they're not putting too much pressure on themselves, but they both jumped heights. They're very capable of coming away with some hardware. And so I think this team is really special, and I'm excited to take the field with them.
Sorry, don't want to make this Katie monopoly, but just one more. We spoke to Mondo yesterday, and just a two-parter, if I may. One, can you just give us an idea of the boost he's given to your event? And two, a bit inside baseball, he talked about his training and how he barely vaults, and everything he does is about speed now to get better. And is that your approach to try to find those extra inches?
Yes, I wouldn't say I'm at the level that he is, where I can vault maybe as few times as he does. He's dialed in a way that only comes from years and years of repping out a technically good jump. I mean, he's been doing that since, 8 years old? So he just has reps in him that, most people don't. And so he can absolutely get away with, he's got his jump dialed in, so now it's becoming the best athlete you can. To some extent, that is what we do. I have not jumped since I got here. I won't jump until the prelim. That is how I have done it every championships. I'm very much a less is more when it comes to my vaulting as well, but if I am fast and strong and powerful, then that's really what it comes down to. And I am sorry, what was the first part of that question?
Just what he's brought to your event.
I mean, I think we can all see it. I mean, what he is doing for the sport is incredible, and just seeing him get to do even opportunities outside of the sport because of pole vaulting, it's awesome. It's bringing light to an event that maybe didn't have that attention on it before him, and all that can do is bring good to the sport.
Demetri Carter with Flow Track. This question's for Lagi. You said earlier that we'll see what's boiling out the pot this week. And I think last time that you were at Worlds, you put your name in the history book. So going into this week, what's your goal and what's your mindset, and what are you putting in the pot to boil over?
This is a little bit different, right? Because if you look at the body of work that I did in 23, I wasn't just like falling out of the sky and crashed. It was not good leading up into Worlds. And to be honest, I wasn't slated to probably even make the final. And so I walked away from that season with some imposter syndrome that kind of drove 24 into the ground again. And so this year, like I said, I put in a body of work that is probably not at the level I want, because again, like I said, I want to win everything. I'm not there yet, but I'm putting if I am putting stuff in this pot, I'm putting in consistency, I'm putting in the right training, the right people behind me to create this delicacy that I can actually give to somebody, to give to the world. And that's what I'm putting in that pot, right? I've been consistent. I have thrown over the standard about 5 times this season. And what I'm ready to do is get in there and, again, competition is great. I'm not really there right now to, excuse my language, to kick their ass. I'm there to kick my ass from 23. The focus is on making sure that I beat myself every day, and that's probably where some of the most beautiful things will come out of.
I just wanted to get back to your talking about your trajectory during the past few years, but could you describe the moment that you felt like this is the right time to come back to athletics?
I think there was multiple. First was, I think it was the 2020 NCAA Outdoor Championships. I saw them running, I don't know what they ran, but whatever time they ran then, my dad and I were sitting in the living room, as we usually do, talking about sports, and he jokingly said, I just don't think you got it no more. It's like, who are you talking to? what do you mean? And so we went to the track, we set up the timing gates, we started a race, and I went out there and ran 13:27 or something like that. Mind you, I haven't been on the track. It took me 30 minutes to find my spikes. Like I had nothing to do with track at the time. The only athletic things I did was I would go to our YMCA and play basketball once a week. So for me to go do that then, we kind of had the thought of, kind of want to go back and run, but in reality, I didn't want to go back to school. That was the part that I just didn't want to do. I didn't want to go back to school. So we debated it then, and then I completely just came and went. And then I believe it was the end of 2022 going into 2023. My roommate, who was at Kansas, he called me and said, "Hey, I'm going to Pitt State this summer. I'm going to Pitt State this next semester." I told the coach, "If I'm going, he has to offer you a spot too." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll be there." And then I got a call from Kyle somewhere in the building. I got a call from him, and he was explaining how there's a lot of people that were there that I had interacted with, so they had a lot of belief in me as an athlete. And he's like, "Everybody's saying this." He's like, "I'm looking at the times, and I'll be honest, you've been away from the sport for 3 years. I'm not sure what we're gonna get, but I'll give you the opportunity." And then we were there, and at first I still didn't have like the feeling of I'm supposed to be doing track. But when we went to our first meet in Washburn in Kansas, when the gun went off, that's when I knew I'm back where I'm supposed to be. The gun went off, I think I ran like 760 something in the 60-meter hurdles. But just running that, where if you would have looked at the practices prior to that race, you'd have been like, this is an 8 flat guy. Like there's no way he has anything. And then it was just kind of, once we turned that page, everything just kind of fell into place, and you know, you gotta give to God and let go.